for our unit of work on food product development is chocolate mousse. Now, there are a few things that I have done before I've started recording just to make sure that the video's not bigger than Ben Hur. I've filled my sink with hot soapy water so as I can actually do my dishes as I go. It's a good hint for you to do that at home as well as in class, especially in home, because I don't want your parents ringing me complaining that the kitchen's been left a mess and that I required you to do it for class. Anyway, the recipe is chocolate mousse. I've used, instead of using chocolate cut into small pieces, I actually bought the milk chocolate chips, the small buds. Makes life a lot easier. We have 12.5 grams of soft butter. The butter I've popped back in the fridge. You've got thickened cream, 1/4 cup. You've got marshmallows, and you've got vanilla essence. This vanilla is the Madagascar, the pure extract, that just tastes a little bit better than the other vanilla essence. And onto the stove, I've popped in a thick bottomed pan. I've got my marshmallows, butter, which I left out the fridge for a while to be softened, chocolate, and the hot water. So it's only about 15 mils of hot water. Also, to save time, what I did was I whipped the cream. Now it says to whip the cream thick, so do make sure that it is thick. I used actually the electrical beater for that particular aspect of it. Makes it a lot quicker. However, if you don't have one, your ordinary balloon whisk will be able to whip up your cream just as well as the electric beater. And into here I've got my vanilla essence and cream. And all it is essentially is adding the marshmallow mixture once it's been cooked and cooled down, adding it to the cream. Okay, you have to do it once it's cooled, and try to resist the temptation of stirring your mixture consistently. It doesn't need it. It only needs to be stirred just occasionally. Then the recipe does actually ask you to cool your marshmallow mixture down and then add the cream to that mixture. My advice is to actually do it the other way around. Because your cream is already cool, it's in the bowl that's cool, and while your mixture is still waiting for that to melt, you can actually pop your cream, which is, I'm just going to get a couple of things out the fridge, which is already whipped up. You can pop it into the fridge and leave it in there, and it will retain that shape. My chocolate mixture is nearly melted. I don't know if you can see that. I just want you to see that it's still melting. You can actually lift it off just a little bit before, and the latent heat within the pan will keep the pan hot and keep the marshmallows melting. Now, I'm just going to switch that off because that's going to keep melting and keep melting. And I'm going to stir it now just to help the process of cooling it down and to make that process just that little bit quicker. Now, you will have noticed that I have used the small bud marshmallows, the pink and white ones. I couldn't find the normal size ones. The recipe does actually ask for 8 marshmallows. So if you use the smaller ones, just try and gauge. I think I counted probably about 10 or 12 of those tiny marshmallows makes up one of the bigger marshmallows. And obviously don't use the giant ones. And you can see that's completely melted now. So I'm just going to take my cream out the fridge, and it says to fold the mixture. So just to keep this, I'm going to pour it just down the sides of the bowl, which is already cool. And because you don't want to actually melt your cream, and try and pour it all into one area around the sides of the bowl and get all your mixture into the bowl. And then you've noticed I've filled my sink And then you're going to just take your spoon and cut through the mixture and round the edges. Through the mixture and round the edges. You really don't want, if you can, leave the chocolate as long as possible before you actually do this process to get it really quite cold. Just be very, very gentle. The colour of your chocolate obviously will lighten as the cream is being incorporated into the actual mixture. Now you shouldn't have any lumps left. You will see that there will be sort of cream-like lumps in the middle, and you want to just kind of keep folding your mixture. It will be liquid-like, but it will turn out hopefully quite soft once it's popped into your serving container. Now, just be aware that question 3 can be quite tricky for this particular recipe. And the questions obviously are all related to food development, or rather recipe development. And there are things that you need to research to find out what you can actually add to this recipe. Now, obviously you have to post videos of yourself doing this. So I'm looking forward to you. Maybe don't make those videos any longer than 3 to 5 minutes. I'm showing you each step as it should really be done. However, you can just keep pausing your video. When you've got your mixture, you pour it into your receptacle. I did get 2 glasses out just in case I had too much. Now remember, these recipes are supposed to be between 2, but you know, this one actually I would suggest that you do all the ingredients, and you will just get 1 serving, and you just pop that. You know, I've used a champagne glass, and you pop that into the fridge, and that should set nicely in the fridge. Now, because that's a champagne glass, it's taking up the bottle section of the fridge. I'm just going to close that very gently, and that should take possibly about 20-25 minutes just to set. And of course, I'm sure you're really going to enjoy that recipe. Thank you, guys. I hope you're enjoying lockdown. See you soon.